Hi, everybody. Welcome to Mike's Garage. Well, I got quite a few comments from the subscribers and the viewers. I do appreciate those. I want to talk about a few of them right now. One I've heard from was Ryan Harris. Ryan related to a story where you have to get everything ready for the morning. You can't just leave your vehicle in disrepair. If something's wrong with it, you had to fix it tonight. You had to fix it this afternoon. Has to be ready to go in the morning. If you didn't have a replacement vehicle, you had to fix the one you had. Like I say, I was in the headquarters company. We were lucky to have one or two spare vehicles so you could loan them to the department to go get the supplies or take one of the officers around to where they needed to go. While their vehicle was down, we could fix it. So we were lucky enough to have that. Some people did not. You had your own vehicle. You were responsible for driving it and taking care of it and doing the minor maintenance on it. So that's what he was talking about, because you had to be ready if something happened in the middle of the night, which sometimes we got rockets. Not that we had to get into vehicles and drive anywhere, but you had to be ready. One of the things I wanted to talk about then was the M16s and the 45s. A lot of us got to carry a 45. I was one of the lucky ones. I was allowed to keep it with me. Everybody else, we had a problem. One of the guys got a Dear John letter from his wife. They just got married before he went into the service. He spent a year in a different post in the United States. Then he was transferred to Vietnam. We were there about 4 months, and he got a letter from her that she is dating some other guy and she wants to get a divorce. And she wrote the guy a letter, Dear John letter. Well, he freaked out. He wanted to go home. They told him he wasn't allowed to go home. He wanted to leave right now. He wanted to get out of there. They told him, no, you just can't resign and go home. So he got his M16. He shot about 30 holes in the roof of the hut, and they sent him home. I mean, he got out of there. He was crazy. But what they did is they took everybody else's weapons away from him, and they locked him in the storeroom. And that's where everything was there. If something happened, you went to the bunkers. If there was a second alarm, you had to go to the storeroom, and the storeroom personnel, the sergeant that was there, he was responsible for keeping the weapons clean. Once a month, you had to go in, you had to check your weapon, make sure it was clean, make sure it was oiled, make sure everything was operating properly, make sure you had your magazines loaded properly. And because if there was something where you had to go in and grab your weapon because it was now locked up because somebody shot holes in the ceiling, freaked out, that's what you had to do. You had to go pick it up at the supply office there. So it was about 70 or 80 of us there. So it was kind of a big deal. It was an inconvenience. Like I say, we used to get trip tickets, and we had to go out with the tow truck and go get somebody, or we had to go tow a vehicle in. Sometimes we just went out with a chain and dragged the broke down vehicle back. It was word of mouth. Sometimes it was a radio contact. They would get in touch with us, and sometimes somebody would come in and say, hey, your guys are broke down on the side of the road. We had to go get them, and we had 45s with us, so we just went. We went through a couple of different basic training things on the 45s. You weren't allowed to have it loaded. You had the ammo in one pocket, the weapon in the other pocket, those big side pockets on the jungle pants. So we could just get in the vehicle and go. We were armed automatically. So that was one of the things we got to do. So you had to be ready. You had to have the weapon with you. You had to be able to go pick up and go right then and there. Sometimes it was late. I know a couple of times we went out in the dark to try to find the guys because you couldn't leave the vehicles out on the road overnight. It would be stripped by morning, and you couldn't leave your guys out there overnight either. I mean, we were engineers. We weren't combat, but still, after the sun goes down, crazy stuff happens. Teenagers on motorcycles were one of the biggest problems we had over there, and where I was. Okay, so that was it. You had to be able to pick up and go at a minute's notice. Everything had to be ready to go. Everything had to be in good repair, and you had to personally be ready to go deal with it. Okay, so Ryan, thanks for your story. Appreciate it. If you want to hear more about it, read his comments below. Appreciate you, Ryan. Thanks for doing that there. And TJ, good to hear from you. Haven't heard from you for a while. I salute you, TJ. I hope you're watching this Ukraine thing. I got some more comments to address about that, but we'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching Mike's Garage. Do something nice for a stranger. Bye now.